SportsCenter Australia returns with Phil and Aaron with you with some Game 3s up ahead. As for Jalen Brunson and the Knicks, they look to regain control of their series against the Cavaliers with their version of Game 3 swinging back to New York. Brunson struggled with the physicality of the defense, limiting him to just 20 points on just 5 made field goals, being bodied pretty much all game long by Caris LeVert. Now, his dad, Rick Brunson, knows a thing or two about physical defense, and I wouldn't be surprised if he learned it in the NBL. The former Adelaide 36er team MVP played 1 season down under, joining Leon Trimmingham, Martin Catalini, and Brett Mayer. Despite being a 6th seed, the 36ers made it all the way to the semifinals in that 1 year.
Ryan Broekhoff's played a few seasons in the NBL, and he's played a few seasons in the NBA, particularly in Dallas. Now it's time for Brekkie with Broekhoff. Ryan, you've played with Jalen Brunson in particular. How do you quantify his importance to the Knicks' playoff aspirations this season?
I think you look at it as to how the Cavs approached Game 2 from Game 1. They spent most of their time double-teaming Jalen Brunson, hard hedging in pick and rolls, trying to get the ball out of his hands. They know how effective he can be, and he's really the engine room for the Knicks. And conversely, on the defensive end, they went after him. They put him in pick and rolls as the screen defender and picked him up full court when he was bringing the ball up. So they're doing everything they can to wear him down, to give him different looks, and to get the ball out of his hands. So I think that's been the major adjustment from Game 1 to Game 2. So it'll be interesting to see how the Cavs play him in Game 3 and what the Knicks do to free him up.
Yeah, we saw him in the second half of Game 1 have 21 of his 27 points. He was reserved to the bench with foul trouble in the first half of that Game 1. It is the most compelling series to me in the East. To me, the most compelling series in the West is that 4-5, Suns, Clippers, and we just learned no Kawhi Leonard today for LA, a terrific opportunity for Phoenix to take control of the series. But I understand it's a different Clipper whose energy you think Phoenix needs to match?
Yeah, from Game 1 and Game 2, it's Russell Westbrook. Game 1, he had a horrid shooting night, 3 of 19, but his energy on the defensive end has been something to watch. You know, he's been hounding Booker, he's been blocking shots, and who can forget the Game 1 game-winning defensive possession where he blocked Booker and then threw the ball off him and sealed the game. So his energy is infectious to that team. He plays with such high energy, such a high motor. So they need to curb his influence. He had 28, I believe, in Game 2. He's sort of the heart and soul there at the moment. No Kawhi now. It's really going to fall on Westbrook and his ability to get in the paint and bring energy. So Suns need to do a good job of limiting him as much as they can.
I want to follow up with the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is a significant loss. This guy's a former Finals MVP. We saw them overcome a 3 for 19 shooting from Westbrook in Game 1 to get a road Game 1 win in Phoenix. Upon whom do you think it falls? Who are you pointing to in the Clippers huddle to say, if they can get what would be a home upset today, that guy is going to be the X factor?
Apart from Russell, it's hard to sort of see. They've got great bench play. I think that's been a real strength of theirs throughout the whole season. So they're going to have to find some scoring off the bench. It'd be interesting to see who they bring into the starting lineup now to replace Kawhi. But they've been a deep team. They've dealt with injuries for the last few seasons. They've found ways to win games, and they've had guys step up when they need to. So it'd be interesting to see who steps into that starting role.
And maybe look no further than Milwaukee for encouragement. Giannis is sidelined in Game 2, and all the Bucks do is tie an NBA playoff record with 25 three-pointers made. In particular, Joe Ingles off the bench had a half dozen himself. What does he contribute to the Bucks collective? Again, that looked terrific without their multi-time MVP.
It's amazing how seamlessly he fits in, and Joe's such a wonderful character. You talk to anyone who's ever played with him, he's one of your favorite teammates. He's ultra competitive. I loved watching him, make some shots and talking some smack, and just brings that different X factor to Milwaukee. His ability to create off the pick and roll, his size and length to be able to see over defenders, make passes that other guards maybe can't see. And obviously his shooting is coming back. When he's able to hit that outside three, guys can't leave Middleton, guys can't leave Lopez down low. It just opens things up for them offensively. So he's been a huge part for them, and his leadership as well. Being able to keep guys together and hurry them along.
Yeah, mate, going 5 for 6 from a three is something the Bucks will take 10 times out of 10. We know Joe Ingles has experience with the Boomers. You do as well in a FIBA World Cup. A FIBA World Cup coming up, and Josh Giddey says he's keen to play and represent Australia, saying this in particular: I've always dreamed of playing for the Boomers. I've had a couple brief stints playing for Australia with the juniors or the senior team a couple of years back. And Giddey continued that he enjoys playing. And now I think Australian talent is as good as it's ever been. The World Cup is going to probably be the most real chance we've had to win a gold medal. Ryan, we considered bronze in Tokyo an accomplishment. What are your thoughts, not just on Giddey representing Australia, but the aspirations to come away with gold?
It's fantastic to hear that kind of talk from, Australia's most prominent NBA player at the moment. His last 2 seasons and the growth during his time in the NBA has been incredible to watch. He's got great size at the point guard position. Great vision. He's able to bring guys get guys involved, and his continued improvement on the offensive end, shooting the ball and being able to put points on the board, it's going to fit seamlessly into international basketball. There's not going to be too many players that can match up with him with size and strength and his shooting ability. And you pair that with the Boomers regulars of Patty Mills and Joe Ingles and those guys, and you see the excitement. I see the excitement. I truly believe that Australian basketball is in the best place it's ever been, with young talent coming through like Josh Giddey and Josh from the Mavs and Jock Londale and Dyson Daniels. There's so much young talent coming through, paired with the experienced guys that have been there and done that before. It's going to be a real highlight to see, and you love to see those guys representing Australia, putting on the green gold and taking such pride in playing for their country.
Yeah, now Josh Giddey has that beautiful overlap of youth with valuable NBA experience, carrying the Thunder well beyond what we thought they would do this season. Ryan, thanks so much for joining us today for Breakfast with Broekhoff.
Thank you very much, guys.